Welcome back to the Mom Edit. It's your girl Kat here, and today we're talking about jelly shoes. I don't know about you all, but I seriously love to try a good trend, and I have just been seeing so many jelly shoes popping up all over the runway lately. Brands like Loeffler and Randall, The Row, Chloe, they're all just starting to dip their toes back into the jelly trend. As a 90s baby, my core memories of playing outside were definitely me in a jelly shoe, just living my best life. I found two really completely opposite brands, and I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of a comparison. One is a very luxury, more high-end shoe, and the other one is from Amazon. Definitely much more affordable, but there's a lot of differences between the two, so let's get into it. Up first, let's talk with what arguably might be my favorite, and that is Vince. Vince is one of my favorite shoe brands in general, and what I love about them is the craftsmanship and that they are shoes that are, in my opinion, very comfortable and work for my wider foot. These are gorgeous. They are so well designed and they are so pretty. So I can already automatically tell you the quality of this is just impeccable. And I love that it's a mule style jelly shoe because I feel like this is one that we don't really see all that often. And I just like the ease of being able to slip these on and off, and I think they are so beautiful. Their colorways are fantastic and they just truly always get it right. It is the softest, most malleable feeling silicone, which I think is really helpful if you're trying to wear a shoe like this all day. You want this part to be just as comfortable as the base of the shoe. You can see here that this has some nice give to it in the base of the shoe itself, so it feels like it's going to be very comfortable on the foot. I also love that the bottom is this really well made, almost velvety feeling sole, and I think it's gonna just wear really well over time. I ordered both of these Vince shoes in the exact same size. Both are in a size 41, and I'm typically a 39 or 40 when it comes to shoes. I will say these actually fit kind of differently. I feel like these fit more like a 39/40, and these ones fit like a true 41. If you're looking for the green, definitely go with your true to size, and if you're looking for the blue, maybe consider sizing up one if you need a little bit more space in your feet. But both are incredible. I love both of these colors. And if I had enough space in my closet, I would 100% keep both for sure. Moving on to talk about the Amazon shoe. I will tell you right off the bat, these fit so incredibly differently than the Vince shoes, and the quality is not quite as impeccable as the Vince, which is to be expected, especially since the price point is so different. What I will say though, is if you're a person who's like, I just wanna try the trend and I don't care if they're a Vince shoe or an Amazon shoe, I still think that this version is a great option for you to consider buying. When you look at how these are constructed, you can see that there's a difference in where the jelly and the sole of the shoe is on each of these. This is just a slightly tad bit more refined than the Amazon one, and you can see like that jelly goes all the way around the shoe, whereas here it's a much more seamless kind of effect. So if that's something that's of concern to you, definitely go with the Vince over the Amazon pair. Oddly enough, the Amazon pair of jelly shoes actually also fit different based on the colorway. I can't get my foot into the clear shoe at all, but the pink are much more malleable and fit better. So I don't know if it has to do with the dye process. I can tell you right now, the pink also feel a little bit more higher quality than the clear do. These, however, do also fit differently in comparison to the way the Vince fit. There isn't as much cushioning inside of these. These have a cork footbed, and there's just like ever so slightly a little bit of give. And the bottom of these look kind of similar to that of the Vince actually. And if you peel off the footing layer, it feels pretty similar to the way the Vince feel. The Amazon version definitely runs much more narrow than the Vince version does, but what I will say is it does feel nice that there is a back on this shoe, that it is designed a little bit differently, because it feels like my foot isn't going anywhere when I try these on. If you need a shoe that is a bit more wide, I definitely recommend going with the Vince, because these are very narrow and they are snug on my feet. Anyways, I would truly say you really can't go wrong with either of these shoe styles. It's just a matter of preference based off of comfortability, based off of what your foot style is, and also design. I love both of these shoes. I think they're both worth considering if this is a trend that you want to try this summer. I just love jelly shoes. I think they're gonna be so fun just to wear, you know, with a cute little outfit. Just embrace the fun and summery, nostalgic vibes that are ahead of us. As always, everything will be linked in the description for you all. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments and I'd be happy to answer. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.